Greetings, this is Gilles Monsieur. I wanted to come and say hello. I am called to make those short videos, those messages, to assist, to support, to inspire those who are interested in this transcendental psychological process that we are going through. For it is better to be aware of what's going on, so we want to tune in every day to that inner self in order to, or in the morning when we wake up, we want to pay attention to whatever comes to us from within our mind, for that is a guidance, that is inspiration, that is a direction. And so most of those things I speak in those over 1,500 videos here that I placed on YouTube over the past few years is presented as philosophy, but it's very scientific. I assure you that if you apply those things, you will see instantaneous result. Of course, it takes patience, it takes courage, it takes perseverance. It is not like in a snap of a finger we're going to disconnect all the matrix conditioning and move into this state of samadhi, this state of perfection. But in many sense, we want to let go of all form of temporality and of change, even transformation, to move into this state of pure stability, permanence. This is what the Buddha discovered. There is this state inside of samadhi where that is beyond the transformative change of the world, that is eternally stable, and from there is great joy and great consciousness that emerge from that. We just got to find that state of stillness within ourselves. It is a process, like I said, we have to be patient and perseverance. Everybody follow his own way, and there is no rush. There is no rush or pressure. Of course, sometimes there is pressure from above to help us assist, but we want to release the pressure by breathing. We can always release the pressure, return to center. So I'm going to put a few cards. Let's see, I hope this message was interesting for you and will continue to be interesting as this video unfolds. I'm trying to educate here, but I'm also trying to entertain. For life has to be fun, and so and the best way to learn something is when we have fun. When children don't want to learn, they don't have fun, they don't want to learn, and therefore they're not learning. So the best way to educate children is to make them to make learning and turn learning into a play, into something that they enjoy to do. For when we enjoy learning, we're learning so much more. What's in the past is balance, equilibrium. So we have found this place of balance and equilibrium, and now we're moving into a more authentic state. We are discovering this authenticity. We are able to decipher, to listen, to hear the guidance, to know what is in alignment, what is not, what is right, what is wrong. We have a new sense of a new sensitivity that brings us to a new level of moral consciousness that is evolving and growing each and every day, and this will lead us to joy. For joy is a marvelous experience. We have been learned that pain is suffering is what we grow from. We grow from our mistake, we grow from our suffering, and in many sense that has been part of our past. But now we have to relearn to learn through joy. We learn just as much through love, understanding, happiness, fulfillment. We learn just as much as we used to learn from pain. But we have to make this conscious choice that from now our life experience we want to learn from joy, through the experience of freedom and liberation. What we're working right now is the rewards. We want it is the completion of that cycle. It is the once the work is done, the energy completes the cycle, and what will come as a result of that is renewal. It's a new beginning. There is a totally new beginning. It's like shedding skins. So it is. We're going to be able to do that. The painting behind me is the third version of an astrological portrait. This one's not finished, it's still a little blurry, but the structure is there. What's interesting in this painting is from the last version, I added about 50 new planets of our solar system. What's interesting, like there's a lot of things that I will enjoy to comment once it's finished, because those new planets are creating new interaction and showing me new things about my own makeup and astrological makeup. And those 50 planets that I had to add, I had exhausted all the planets that already had a symbol, astronomical symbol. So I had to invent a new symbol for all those planets. So maybe they'll be used in the future. Maybe that will be the guide for astronomers in the future when they look at those tiny minuscule planets that are very powerful. We work a lot with Venus that I have here, but there is Aphrodite that has her own planet, and we work a lot with Ceres, but Demeter's got her own planet as well. For there is we work a lot with Vulcanus, with the Lord of the Forge, the scientific, the engineer. But from an unconscious perspective, there is all the engineering comes from that planet. But there is also Dionysus. Dionysus, who's got his own planet. So there is many energetic points in the sky that we're not yet aware, but that will slowly but surely we are integrating more and more. I wanted to say that it's important to celebrate every victory, to celebrate every small step, to celebrate your life, celebrate everything. It's not because you have achieved the final step of what you're seeking, or that you should not celebrate your life. You should be in the gratitude for the little steps you have made, in knowing that this will lead you to the final step you need to make. And so in many sense, we want to know that it is happening, that it has happened, and that the more when we see something as being done, it will come. Because my master guide explained to me many years ago that when I want to see something, just see it as being done, and it will come into being. So it's about knowing, it's about this certainty that will make it actually happen. I want to bring a three little ideas that are three parts ideas. So it's a three times three part ideas from a friend and guide whose name is Thoth. Is the master of wisdom. Is also the father of philosophy, because most of the Greek philosophers, which we would consider the base of Occidental philosophy, all get their knowledge from the Temple of Wisdom in Egypt, from Pythagoras, Heraclitus, Plato. Everybody went through those temples of initiation in Egypt, and those temples of initiation in Egypt were set up by Hermes Trismegistus, who was an incarnation of Thoth. And so this triad is three information that I've already talked about, but I thought I'd bring it back. Is the three obstacles that prevents men from finding freedom, truth, and liberation. The first one is the attachment to evil, or the dark side, the lack of attachment to good, or to God, and the lack of interest in spiritual matter. Those are the three powers. So as we become more aware, we can disconnect certain attachment we had to certain limited ideas. We can reinforce anytime by changing our thought to trust God, to let go of things, and to surrender everything in the hands of God. And then we want to, if you're listening to this video, that means you do have interest in spiritual matter, otherwise you'll probably be doing something else. The second idea is the three powers that the master has. It's like a review, because I've already talked about that, but we have those three powers. The power to assist good. Whenever we see good, we want to help it. To transmute evil, whenever we see evil, we want to transmute it to something that's more balanced, that's without judgment, but we can't let those things go on. We have to use our light to transmute it, use the violet fire, for instance. And the third power is to use discrimination, because the good and bad, it depends on the time, it depends on what God thinks and see what's necessary at any given moment. For God does not have judgment, but the responsibility of evolution from the darkest to the lowest, from the impure to the pure, is a necessity for God. For things are perfect as they are, but there is always a need to improve certain aspect. For when I speak of transformation, that we need transformation. Whatever works in our life, we don't need to transform. We just need to increase that well-being, increase that. But there are certain aspects that we do want to still transcend, and so we're working on that. I also wanted to say that we are creating new timeline by choosing the ascension. We are moving into this highest timeline of destiny. And so I'm going to pull 4 cards for the Akash. See what the Akash is. Our DNA is our Akash. Our DNA is a universe. It is everywhere. We are made up of there is not a single cell within our physical body that does not have that DNA, and so we don't need to go in laboratory with microscope to discover the DNA. You just gotta breathe and ask your spirit to reveal that to you, for it's what we are made up. But then we're using only 3 to 5% of that program. If you had a computer that with a program and you would choose to use only 3 or 5%, you would wonder, what are those 95%? Why am I not using that? Why am I using only 10 to 15% of my brain? So right now we have to understand the sun is activating all kinds of light code within ourselves to restore our idea to the Adam Kadmon, the original design of the human body, which was quite magnificent, with 100% of its potential brain and expanded DNA. The life of suffering has to be over. From at some point we have to let go of all forms of suffering, understanding what's going on in the world, but freeing ourselves from that. There is no choice. We cannot wait for everybody to be free to free ourselves. So it's good to be selfish on that level. So did I pull some card? No, I'm going to pull some card from the Akash. The highest wisdom is the healer. It's about healing. It's about understanding the healing. For the great healer is the centaur Chiron. Chiron, we're moving into Sagittarius. The sun is moving into Sagittarius. Happy birthday to all the Sagittarius. Chiron is also a little planet, and it's the most powerful planet in my own personal chart because he was conjuncting my sun. Yeah, it's conjuncting my sun in Pisces when I was born. And so, and not only that, in 1992, I met my spirit guide, and my master guide came to me, and he lives on Chiron. And later I found that my own soul and my own soul family are living, it's not a residential physical plane, it is a vibrational frequency that is very advanced in spiritual energy. So call on Chiron. Chiron is the wounded healer. He accepts to keep the wound in order to be sensitive to the healing of others and assist in transmuting those wounds by showing the wounds. There was a French philosopher named Jacques Lacan, 20th century French philosopher that was interested in medicine. He was a psychoanalyst also, who was very fighting against all these medical things, that when we sick, just take a medication. He says, no, when you're sick, look at the illness, look at what it's trying to tell you, and because if you do not try to see where it comes from, no matter how good the medicine, it will reappear in some other form, removing the cause. And so let us look at things, let us transmute everything back into the light. Let us return to that original state, colon, that I am that I am. Free, I am free, I am love, I am light, you are free, you are love, you are light. Just repeat that to yourself. You'll see that it will increase your light potential. The more we focus, we have to do it with gentle. Sometimes there is no obligation in any way. It's just avenues of development. What we need to understand is Greco-Roman, is the connection to all those great power, this great understanding. It can since it is the Akash, it's like, what does that mean to you? This Greco-Roman, but to me it is all the powers of astrology, reconnecting to all those powers, those forces in the sky, those great the greater higher self in many sense. What we need to do is Celtic. So we need to reconnect to this magical world of energy. It is a world of magic and understanding, and also respecting all the forms of nature to recognize divinity, in the eyes of every living human beings, but also even animals have the divinity, plants have divinity, mountains have divinity, rivers have divinity, the stars, the planets, there is a certain form of divinity that is imbued in all things. Once we discover that, we slowly tune into that frequency, our life change, and we realize that why Plato says that the people live in a world of illusions and shadow, because they do not see the light. And so be that, no matter what, follow your heart, whatever feels right. But you will see that there can be miracles that happens as we trust and believe, and the final outcome is the groom and bride. So there may be some relationship, very deep relationship, powerful. For this is not just love life. It's about family, and there is a great deal of, and it is also the North Node that has moved them. Who is moving right now, it's on the crest, but it's going to be moving through Cancer. So family is going to be very, very important, for we are one family. I invite you to rejoin this family of life, the Great White Brotherhood, the collective brotherhood, to recognize yourself as a children of the light. For Thoth also says that man is the child of the light, but until he knows that, he can never be free. He will be bounded by matter and conditioning. So recognize yourself as light, invoke this light, call on this light, let yourself be guided by the light. And so I thought that was just some recommendation. I hope those information will assist you, and will of course dismiss everything that does not feel right at the time. It is just I'm going to finish with a song. It's a difficult song. I don't know why I would be attempting to sing such a difficult song, but it went through my head, and I'm gonna. It's a song Bob Dylan called Mr. Tambourine Man. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. I'm not sleepy and there is no place I'm going to. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. In a jingle jangle morning I'll come following you. Though I know that evening's empire has returned into sand, vanished from my hand, left me blind here to stand, but still I'm not sleepy. My weariness amazes me, I'm branded on my feet. I have no one to meet, and the ancient empty streets too dead for dreaming. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. I'm not sleepy and there is no place I'm going to. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. In a jingle jangle morning I'll come following you. Take me on a trip upon your magic swirling ship. My senses I've been stripped, my hand can't feel to grip, my toes too numb to step, wait only for my boot heel to be wandering. I'm ready to go anywhere, I'm ready for to fade, onto my own parade. Cast your dancing spell my way, I promise to go under it. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. I'm not sleepy and there is no place I'm going to. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. In the jingle jangle morning I'll come following you. Though you might hear laughing, spinning, swinging madly across the sun, it's not aim at anyone, it's just escaping on the run. But for the sky there are no fences fencing. And if you hear vague traces of skipping rhyme of rhymes, to your tambourine in time is just a ragged clown's behind. I wouldn't pay it any mind, it's just a shadow you sing that is chasing. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. I'm not sleepy and there is no place I'm going to. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. In the jingle jangle morning I'll come following you. And take me disappearing through the smoke rings of my mind, down the foggy ruins of time, past the frozen leaves, the haunted, frightened trees, out to the windy beach, far from the twisted reach of crazy sorrow. Yes, to dance beneath the diamond sky, with one wind waving free, silhouetted by the sea, circled by the circus sand, with all the memories and faiths driven beneath the depths of wave. Let me forget about today until tomorrow. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. I'm not sleepy and there is no place I'm going to. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. In the jingle jangle morning I'll come following you. Well, thank you for sticking till the end. It's a difficult song, I don't know it very well, but maybe by singing it, I'm learning it, and eventually I'll be able to play it right. I'm going to pull one more card from Rumi to see what maybe the final word of the day will give Rumi. It's the blessing of Al-Hakim. Al-Hakim. So it is about the garden of delight, to be blessed by the universe. There are powerful spirits that are assisting us in our path and ascension. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I will come back to you shortly, God willing, and I wish you a marvelous day. God bless. Namaste.